From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story this evening, the second victim of an apartment complex fire that occurred this past January was a 39-year-old woman.
City police confirmed that information late this afternoon. The body of Christina Lynn Pence, who lived in one of the apartments at 3550 Garrity Street, was found after the blaze in a section of the complex that had collapsed. She and 50-year-old Jane Connolly of Fairbanks died in the fire that heavily damaged a large retail store along with 18-unit apartment complex located near University Avenue and Airport Way. City police would release few other details today except to say the investigation continues.
Not guilty pleas today for a Fairbanks man accused of sexually abusing a minor. 56-year-old Bobby Nashukpuk was indicted on 9 counts of sexual abuse of a minor in the first degree, along with a single count of exploitation of a minor, which is a Class B felony. According to court documents, the abuse began in September of 2005 and continued through December of 2013. Nashukpuk was also accused of attempting to exploit the alleged victim by making pornography in August through December of 2013. Today in Fairbanks Superior Court, he appeared with his lawyer, public defender Joanna Mickles, who has been assigned to represent him. He is being held at Fairbanks Correctional Center without bail.
Not guilty pleas today for another man accused of sexual abuse of a minor. 36-year-old Bradley McGinty is charged with a sexual abuse of a minor in the second degree, as well as another charge of sexual abuse of a minor in the third degree. According to the indictment, Stewart allegedly abused the victim, aged 13, 14, or 15, in October of 2013 in Caltag. Today, Stewart appeared in Fairbanks Superior Court with his lawyer, public defendant John Biderman, who has been assigned to represent him. Stewart remains in jail at Fairbanks Correctional Center without bail.
A bail hearing has been rescheduled in the case of a Fairbanks teen accused of participating in a robbery and shooting at the Wedgwood Manor earlier this year. 16-year-old Chester Fields, who is being tried as an adult in the case, appeared today in Fairbanks Superior Court with his lawyer, Bob Noreen. Noreen requested Fields be released to a juvenile detention center in Palmer to await court proceedings in connection to another case. Both the state and the judge today objected to the proposal, the judge saying this request doesn't comply with the law at all, direct quote. The state prosecutor further said Fields, quote, belongs exactly where he is, end quote, and due to the seriousness of the offense that he continue to be tried as an adult.
Court proceedings were canceled today in Fairbanks Superior Court for a man accused of multiple counts of sexual abuse after state prosecutors failed to contact the victim of the crime. 23-year-old Mark Lurkowski is charged with 6 counts of sexual abuse of a minor in the second degree. A bail hearing was scheduled today in the case. However, Judge Bethany Harbison canceled the proceedings after the state prosecutor's office could not confirm that they had contacted the victim of the crime. According to the law, the victim must be notified before bail proceedings can occur. Lurkowski's lawyer asked the court why the state's mistake should be, quote, held against the defendant.
Can't contact the victim representative because of the same telephone problems we had today. I would think other efforts could be made to keep that person in the loop. So if you could just make a file note that if for some reason you're unable to notify the victim representative, I'll want to know what else has been done to try to make that happen.
The Alaska legislature has passed a sweeping crime bill. Lawmakers gave final approval early on Monday morning as they attempted to finish the session within 90 days, but lawmakers weren't able to find common ground on the education bill and capital budget. They remained in session on Tuesday today. The crime bill attempts to address Alaska's growing prison population by keeping low-level offenders out of prison and working on reducing Alaska's recidivism rate. Now the bill heads to Governor Sean Parnell for his signature. House and Senate negotiators were working today to find common ground on an education package.
Okay, when we come back, a report on natural gas at today's chamber luncheon.
Also, the visitor center at the Ruth Burnett Hatchery opens this weekend. Those stories are next. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Fairbanks Evening News. Alaskans have been hearing the same old story for years now about liquefied natural gas making it into the Fairbanks community. Well, now that dream is not far from becoming a reality. A board made up of officials from the Alaska Industrial Development and Export Authority, or ADA, the Fairbanks North Star Borough, Fairbanks Natural Gas, and Golden Valley Electric addressed a gathering of business leaders about the LNG issues. All agreed that Fairbanks would begin receiving LNG by the end of 2015. One concern that was addressed today was how local residents would be given and when converting their systems to natural gas.
What we do is we subsidize the install cost of the service line. We only charge $50 to get the service installed to the house. After that, we're going to look at programs, whether we can offer some bank financing, whether we can offer as a pay-as-you-go on your bill, whether or not the state's going to have any programs available. So we'll be looking at a multitude of ways that we can help a homeowner or a business convert.
Snow is melting across the state, but now the clock is officially ticking for spring breakup. Organizers of the Nenana Ice Classic say the clock is hooked up and the watchmen are on duty. When the ice breaks and the tripod moves, the clock will note the official winning time, which thousands of Alaskans are hoping to guess. Last year, a Kenai couple won more than $300,000 for guessing the latest breakup in history, May 20th at 2:41 p.m. The manager for the guessing game says their remaining profits are put to good use.
We do a lot of contributions in the community, like we do scholarships, for education, and we actually contribute to other things outside of Nenana as well. But it helps our volunteer fire department and the public library and just different entities around Nenana.
The Ruth Burnett Fish Hatchery has been open 18 months, but this weekend will be the first opportunity for the public to see the visitor center. A large aquarium will greet visitors when they enter the $50 million building that raises thousands of sport fish each year. There hadn't been enough money to staff the office until the Borough Assembly offered $20,000 to help. The opening will coincide with the Fairbanks Outdoor Show nearby at the Carlson Center. In an earlier interview, Fish and Game officials said the visitor center will become an important component of the hatchery.
If you go to the hatcheries on what we call the other side of the glass wall, there's an incredible amount of technology and production going on, and everybody always has questions. So a lot of it is, let's talk to people about how those hatcheries work.
People who experience hearing problems can use today's modern technology not only to hear better, but also to get connected. Monty Bowen has details in this week's Health Report.
It used to be if you were wearing a hearing aid, everyone knew it. Now they're invisible in some cases. And there is one that works especially well with Apple products.
The Resound Lynx hearing aid, which is the first hearing aid that was developed to work with Apple products. So this is the hearing aid right here. It's nice and small.
In addition to offering tutorials and basic information about the hearing aid, the app does other things.
With that app, you're able to adjust the volume of the hearing aid up and down. You can do just one hearing aid or both hearing aids together. You're also able to change different programs based on how your audiologist would set up the hearing aid for you.
It can also remember what volume it is supposed to be at based on your location.
If you go to Barnes & Noble and you always turn your hearing aid down in there, you can actually tag that location, and the next time you and your phone go into that location, the hearing aid will actually automatically detect that and change those program settings to best here at Barnes & Noble.
And if you lose your hearing aid,
so you can use the app to kind of figure out where that hearing aid is within your house or within the city.
If you want more information about the new app, or you think you might be having hearing problems, call the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic in Fairbanks. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building. Call 456-7768.
Pleasant surprise having Joe here with us once.
I
We
guess
only
it's
get it once in a while.
Is it a surprise?
It is. But we want to talk about Monday night, not football, hockey.
Yes. We have some playoff hockey highlights in case you missed last night's Fairbanks and Wenatchee in Game 3 Division Finals. Big win for the Dogs. Going to see how they did it. Also, an abrupt change in UAF's women's basketball coaching staff. All that and more next. Hello, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here, bringing you sports this Tuesday. The Fairbanks Ice Dogs proved once again that they can get a win when it really matters. In case you missed it last night in the Big Dipper, the Ice Dogs and Wenatchee Wild locked horns for a critical Game 3 of the Midwest Division Finals. The series was tied going in. The first period went scoreless as near chances plagued the Ice Dogs, while goalies Chase Perry and Kevin Aldridge, they kept things spotless. The Ice Dogs defense was stout, blocking and contesting a number of Wenatchee shot attempts. It looked like it was Game 7 out there. The first goal of the game wasn't until the 7:48 mark of the second period. Defense to offense as a Duke LeGrone block turned into a battle, won in the corner by Taylor Munson, who finds Colton Walter in the slot for the score. First score of the game. It was still 1-0 Ice Dogs in the third, but Yannick Vidal, he got some revenge, scoring a goal from the slot after going down in the first period with an apparent back injury. He returned to the game and got the goal. The goal occurred with 5:36 remaining, and Kevin Aldridge was the backstop of a dominant Ice Dogs defense. He made 25 saves as the Ice Dogs shut out the Wild 2-0 and take a 2-1 series lead. That's Aldridge's fourth shutout of the year and second against the Wild. He credits his decor for his second shutout of the postseason.
They've been great the last two games, and they've been clearing guys out, letting me see the puck, and it's just nice to come up with a few saves for them because they're battling hard in front of me.
The whole team starts up with obviously our goalie first, and then moves up to our decor. So if we're playing good, the team's playing good. We just want to move the pucks up to the forwards and let them do their job.
Yeah, very important at home. Going down to Wenatchee, we got to win one of two games, and now we give ourselves a couple opportunities, and just looking forward to the next game.
And Fairbanks has a chance to win this series and advance to the Robinson Cup semifinals with one more win. Game 4 is this Friday in Wenatchee. If necessary, Game 5 is Saturday in Wenatchee as well. Also, some swift transition in the Alaska women's basketball coaching staff. Today, Amy Sinnefelder confirmed in an email to KTVF Sports that she will not be returning as the assistant coach next year. Her contract will not be renewed after May 3rd. The decision brought down by head coach Cody Bench. According to a source close to the athletics department, there's been an alleged misuse of athletic department funds for women's basketball teams' road trips by Bench, and money was already spent in finding a new assistant without prior notice to Sinnefelder. Sinnefelder did not comment on the details of her departure. She has been an assistant for the past 3 seasons. UAF finished 9-17 overall last year. After emails and phone calls from KTVF, Bench and university officials cannot be reached for comment by airtime today. We'll have more on this story as it develops. The UAF men's cross-country and ski teams land their first 2 recruits of the 2014 signing period, and they're from the 49th state. Today, Lion Kopsek of Colony High School will run for the Nanoks in the fall. Kopsek is the first to sign to the cross-country team. Colony's cross-country team captain is a 4-sport athlete with a personal best time of 16:44 in the 5K, and he won Mount Marathon in 2013. Kopsek is the man in the classroom as he will be Colony's valedictorian this spring. He plans to major in petroleum engineering. And yesterday, Seiji Takagi of South Anchorage signed with UAF to ski. Takagi is one of the top skiers in the state. He was second to West Valley's Max Donaldson for this year's Skiermeister Award. Takagi is a member of the U.S. Under-18 squad and won an individual title in the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Association Super Tour 30K junior distance race this year. Takagi is decorated with 2 Region 4 titles, a 2014 ASA state title, and a runner-up finish in 2013. He plans to major in biological sciences. Now, some pretty cool UAF hockey news. Remember Garrett Perry's game-winning overtime goal back in October over Denver? Well, Perry's game-winning Bobby Orr-style goal in the Bryce, Alaska Gold Rush was number 9 in the NCAA's top hockey plays of the year. Perry's goal against the 12th-ranked Denver team came with less than a minute left in overtime and gave the Nanoks a 3-2 win. It was UAF's first win over a ranked opponent at that point of the season, and the Nooks went on to win their second straight Alaska Gold Rush title. In his junior year, Perry had 22 points. He was a WCHA Scholar athlete and was named UAF's most improved player. And over the weekend, the Lathrop girls soccer team, they go 3 for 3 on the road. The Mutes shut out their 3rd straight opponent, this time 4-0 over Palmer. Lathrop shut out Wasilla and Colony as well. Michaela Triplehorn has triple shutouts, if you will, as Lathrop's goalie. Carly Fitzgerald scored twice in the win with Savannah Garrett, and Cheyenne Dilbert also scoring. The boys team, though, they scored their first goal of the season but fell 2-1 to Palmer on Saturday. The Lathrop boys are 0-3 to start the season. Next up is Matt Foe North Pole on April 29th. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into the Fairbanks Evening News. Once again, time to take a look at the weather. Mike Schultz with you. What can you say about this weather except keep it coming? And it's going to. We're looking at these temperatures to continue right on into the weekend, possibly even warmer in the weekend. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit. Great photograph. This one taken at Denali Park yesterday by Dan and Lori Gerber. That is a big bear. Look at the claws there in that bear. Pretty impressive. And again, as always, if you have a photograph you want to share with us, by all means, send it to photos@ktvf11.com. We'll share it with the rest of the audience. Out at the airport right now, 54 degrees. That is our high for the day. The low last night, 36. Record high, 65. That was set in 1940. In 1924, dropping down to 20 below. Sunrise and sunset, 16 hours of daylight. Actually, 16 hours and 8 minutes of daylight. And that means a gain of 7 minutes from yesterday. Our satellite and radar, again, nothing going on because high pressure really dominating the entire state. Just keeping a few clouds over southeast Alaska, and that's about it. But other than that, it is beautiful everywhere you look. A little rain around the Ketchikan area, and that's it. Clear to partly cloudy skies. A few flurries up on the north slope. Pretty chilly around Barrow, 15 degrees there. 39 at Fort Yukon. Lower 48 weather. We have some rain falling across the Pacific Northwest. Sunshine down to the south, 97 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. Elsewhere across the country, a few showers moving across the Central Plains. It's all in getting ready for a bigger storm to develop across the western half of the country. All the ingredients are coming together, and we're looking at severe weather breaking out tomorrow. In fact, many areas, I should say, will be contained in this severe storm area, all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, right on down to Dallas, Fort Worth. Damaging wind, large hail, and tornadoes. It's going to be a real ballpark of weather going on there tomorrow. Now, later on this week, looking at showers once again across the Pacific Northwest and some storms continuing with that frontal system as it marches across the country. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. The northern section, snow showers and fog still for the Barrow area, but mostly sunny in Nome and a few clouds in the Fort Yukon area. Over the interior, again, a gorgeous day. Lots of sunshine for Healy, Delta Junction, and Fairbanks. No conditions expected to change whatsoever. Over southeast Alaska, a few rain showers at Juneau and scattered clouds at Ketchikan, while out to the southwest, it looks like for the most part, cloudy skies for Cold Bay and Kodiak, and mostly sunny skies in Bethel. And down around the south central regions, a few clouds at the Anchorage area and also Homer, but sunny skies expected in Valdez. Okay, time once again for our kids' weather. And all this week we're visiting with the kids from Crawford Elementary School. Tonight, here's a young lady with a very nice picture.
Hi, my name's Alexis. I'm in Miss Francesco's class in 6th grade in Crawford Elementary. And this is my picture. It's Seattle and it's raining because I used to go there. And I went to go shopping there. And so it's a picture.
That's a nice picture. And again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank, when tomorrow night a young man will be here to ask me a question about tornadoes. All right, here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. And it is going to be a beautiful night once again. 33 degrees for the overnight low. Scattered high clouds right on into the morning hours. Tomorrow's forecast, another beautiful day. 53 degrees. Plenty of sunshine, and you gotta love this 5-day outlook. Look at the temperatures once again, looking at the mid-50s to upper 50s by the end of the weekend into the first part of next week, possibly even around 60 degrees with overnight lows again in the low to mid-30s above. And this weather is unbelievable. This is just incredible. And people keep saying, when is the shoe going to drop? Well, if it drops, it's going to be a slipper because there's nothing heavy on the outlook for any kind of bad weather whatsoever.
So this is a trend that'll stay?
It looks really good, yeah.
I am so glad about that.
All the way through the middle of next week at least.
I'm just amazed at the thickness of the ice out there by the tripod is still over 3 feet.
Yeah, so if we can hold off till Sunday, I'll be very happy.
Okay, well, we know your pick then.
Is it too late?
Yeah, it's too late.
Oh, yeah, long time ago.
Oh, all right, I'm still new here, kind of, so
you missed it.
I'll do it next year.
Okay. I don't know. It'll go maybe another 2 weeks at this point.
I don't know. It was less than 3 feet the other day.
Yeah.
So they're not allowing anybody out near there because it's too dangerous, they said.
Well,
so
yes,
it could go any time.
What's the longest it's been?
Last year.
Oh, last year was the longest?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a long...
It was like May 7th last year or something like that,
something
I
like
think.
that.
Really late.
Pretty much. Okay, thank you, Mike. It looks great. That'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, a major decision at the Supreme Court what it means for the future of affirmative action. That's next with Brian Williams.
You can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at Webster11.com.
And that will do it from all of us here at the News Center. Have a good night, and we'll see you back here at 11.